All right, we begin with the ongoing controversy over the Jeffrey Epstein files. President Trump is now lashing out at his own party and his own supporters who have criticized his administration's handling of the Epstein sex trafficking investigation. Listen to this.
It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net, and so they try and do the Democrats' work. They're wasting their time with a guy who obviously had some very serious problems, who died 3-4 years ago.
CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand is following all of this from the White House. Good morning, Natalie. It's clear that this investigation in the past week has now sown deep divisions among Republicans and the MAGA base, especially the influencers. How is the president trying to remedy this, and is there any indication at this moment that it's working?
Good morning, Errol. Well, the president we've seen has gone from downplaying to now demeaning or criticizing Republicans and parts of his base who have been frustrated with growing frustration over the Epstein situation, calling for the release of the files. You heard the president there. He's now calling this a Democratic scam. And verbally, he's made those comments on social media. He said this, saying that some of his past supporters have, quote, bought into this BS hook, line, and sinker. And he goes on to say he doesn't even want their support anymore. Now, in an interview with the right-wing network Real America's Voice, President Trump said the DOJ should put out anything credible, but also he noted that much of the investigation, he says, was run by the Biden administration. So he claims that much of the things that were found were fake with meat. That's what he said last night. Remember, Errol, just the day before he said or indicated that his name did not appear in these files. But what was interesting is CBS News' Olivia Rinaldi traveled to Pennsylvania yesterday for that event with the vice president promoting the One Big Beautiful Bill legislation. And she found voters and supporters there who were calling for the release of these files, very much still on their minds, Errol.
Yeah, and a simple request. Release what you have. Release what the government knows. And if you're not going to do that, explain specifically why. There's another big headline we're following. President Trump potentially firing Fed Chair Jerome Powell. He's asking Republican lawmakers their opinions of if he should take that action. And the president has gone back and forth. So this morning, where do things stand?
Yeah, well, the president was asked directly, is he going to fire the Fed chair? And he said that it is highly unlikely that he would fire him, essentially denying those reports that had been out there. But he did confirm the CBS News reporting that he asked the opinion of some House Republicans, saying that almost all of them wanted him to move forward. But yesterday, again, he's saying that he's likely not going to move forward with that route, although he said that he has, he never rules anything out. And he also referenced the expensive renovation over at the Fed headquarters and saying that, well, if there's fraud there, that should be looked into. But in his comments, there was an acknowledgement that this would have a very negative impact on the markets. This is a position that's also supposed to be independent, and for that reason, federal law says you cannot fire the Fed chair if there's not cause. Errol.
All right, Natalie Brand with all those updates this morning. Thank you, Natalie.